All right, so recently the channels Nerdrotic, Arcade Outpost, Star Wars Theory, and Geeks and Gamers had someone attempt to demonetize their channels. Luckily, YouTube realized that the people who were trying to do it were doing it under false reasons and actually were violating the terms of service to do so. So, and it would be an attack for basically having an opinion on a terrible television show. So I wasn't really going to talk about it, but I heard about an article on the Mary Sue that kind of got on my nerves. So I thought I'd chime in on this a little bit. All right, so let's get into the article. All right, so most people know that I really don't care for very liberal people very much because they tend to assume that because I'm, black, that I cannot do a lot of stuff. So therefore, it is up to them to help save me and protect me so that I can exist in this world that we live in. It's very tiresome. No one elected to most of these people to be in the positions that they have put themselves in, and it's very narcissistic. So the Mary Sue is something that I rarely check out because most of their staff are full of people like this. Right. So this is an article by Rachel Leachman. I gotta be careful and not say anything that can get me in trouble. But she seems to be one of those kind of people who is a very white lady who probably doesn't really know that many actual black people that much, and the one that she probably do are probably activists and that kind of thing. So she writes this thing talking about what happened with Nerdrotic, Arcade Outpost, Star Wars Theory, and Geeks and Gamers, where a bunch of people who are upset about what happened with the Acolyte decided to take action. And so her article is titled "The Star Wars Fandom Demands Action from YouTube Against Racist and Sexist Fans." She seems to be under the belief that if you say anything negative about anybody who is not a white guy, then somehow you're being racist and sexist. Which to me, because I've been around a long time, so kind of up there in age. So I've had friends of all race and colors and all that kind of thing. So we would give each other crap, that kind of thing. It was never racist. It wasn't sexist. It's this new group of people who can't take any kind of joke or anything like that. So let's get into this article. All right. A major issue in the Star Wars fandom is the platforming of sexist, racist trolls parading themselves as fans of the franchise. Okay. These men pretend that their horrific and disgusting takes are just concerned over the stories. Now fans of Star Wars are calling out YouTube for not demonetizing them. It is one or two channels, so this already is disingenuous. So we're 3 sentences into this article and she's being disingenuous. The reason why YouTube say what they said, because one, they are entitled to have their opinion, and you having an opinion doesn't cease when you're a white guy. Apparently, but these kind of people seem to think that if you're a white dude, then you're not entitled to have any kind of opinion. What's annoying is people like me who had pretty much the same problems with the Acolyte are being basically ignored like I don't exist because they're so into going after the trolls. So I guess I don't get to be a troll if I don't like this crap either. Existing online as Star Wars fan can be tough if you enjoy the Star Wars story that is made by Disney, which goes against everything that George Lucas created. They actively despise the older characters, and that is pretty evident with how they were treated. So again, she's being disingenuous. If you face hatred online because you're not good enough fan. If you enjoy the franchise, if you are a fan of any of these channels, they have stated on multiple occasions that they do not like Disney Star Wars, but you are entitled to like whatever it is that you like. Problem is with these people that if you don't like what they like, then somehow you are attacking them because they have internalized this stuff because it is pitched to them that they finally have some representation on screen. Again, I'm an older person. I did not require that when I was younger. It didn't, because I actually had good parenting. So therefore I didn't need to seek this out in people who weren't my parents or family members. I didn't need, it was cool that Billy D. Williams was in Star Wars, but it didn't affect my life that much. But with these people, it does. So when you don't like it, so when you don't like the chick from Obi-Wan who never should have been there because it screws up the story because she's black, so therefore you are attacking her because she's black. Like, no, I didn't like her because it added nothing to the story, and it actually made the story make no sense. Now people are fed up and pushing back, a handful of people, against those who are feeding that hatred. YouTube personalities fostering this vitriol were called out on the weekend, all weekend long by fans. Again, a handful of channels. This is very disingenuous, but this is what you expect with the Mary Sue. Nerd Ryan Kennels, RK Outpost, and Geeks and Gamers are all named in a move to deplatform those who use hate as a way to make money on YouTube. Yeah, it is okay for you to talk as much crap as you want about white guys, but say anything in the vicinity of one of these protected people, then therefore you are spreading hate. Rewriting Ripley Pod posted a video that compared the rise of online hatred from people like Milo Yiannopoulos, who nobody cares about anymore, to how certain Star Wars YouTubers talk about the actors in the franchise and stories themselves. Again, if you actually listen to these people talk, they never say anything personally about the person who is playing the role. They don't like the character in the show, but these folks always seem to ignore that particular part. A handful of YouTubers jeopardize the safety of our community and creative that we love for too long. This is all new. Disney has only controlled Star Wars for 10 years. These characters are new. The characters that she's talking about are brand new, or like 3 to 4 years old. Yes, there are probably jerks online who have said things in a racial manner towards these characters, or the people playing these characters, but it's probably not that many people. And like everything else, you just show the handful of negativity and act like everyone else who has a problem with it is agreeing with them. When you actually listen to what they have to say, they're not. All right, the Star Wars fandom demands action. Team YouTube demonetize these channels, yada yada yada. Hate should not be a career path. This is the Rewriting Ripley thing that came out a while ago. It was the same stuff. People didn't like the 2016 Ghostbusters movie. Her character was as stereotypical of a black chick that you could possibly get. She was loud, obnoxious. She basically played what white liberals think all black women sound like. She plays that particular character in every movie and thing that she's in. She's always the same character. She could have been a scientist, she could have been whatever, but no, they made her the black thing. So when people voice that particular opinion, how they don't like this movie, they immediately ignore everything else that they're saying and go right on that because she is a black chick, and you can never say anything negative about black people, especially if you're white. So this was bogus. People found out that these people were attached to like folks who worked at Lucasfilm. So that's why this story came and went as quickly as it did. Other fans wrote about the detailed poster. While many believe that these people, Nerdrotic, Kennel, and Geeks Gamers should be demonetized, the post points out that while fans recognize that YouTube has to protect free speech, again, free speech is free speech. Free speech protects speech that you do not like. It's not about people saying things that you do like. It is about protecting things, because just because you don't like that don't necessarily mean that the thing that you say that somebody else agrees with, and they may feel the exact same way about that as you do about what somebody else says. And that is what free speech is about. What these platforms are doing is not opinion based. How is it not? It is their opinion. It is their stated opinion, just like how you feel about it is your stated opinion. It is continued target harassment of marginalized creators and fans of Star Wars. There it is. I despise that word. I am not marginalized. I do not need you to speak for me. And every time one of these people says that, they put themselves in a position of power that they do not have to speak down to me. And if I have any objections, they ignore what I have to say. So if some other white dude says exactly the same thing that I'm saying, I'm ignored, and they're a bigot, because I really hate marginalized. I am not marginal. Anybody who has any sense knows that you get to where you at in life by what you put into it. If you don't put any effort into anything, then you're not gonna get anywhere. Doesn't matter what color you are, where you start at. You could be born to rich parents. If you do not try in life and they get tired of that and they cut you off, you will be poor, because that's just how it works. If you are sick of feeling unsafe in Star Wars fandom and tired of the fandom menace in general, which is not a thing anymore, Team YouTube with the above images asks them to honor their own terms and conditions and demonetize Neurotic, Brian Cannell, RK Outpost, and Geeks and Gamers. They sent this. YouTube didn't agree with them, and that led to all this nonsense. Those spreading the word also very intelligently limiting their replies and following the Team YouTube got a response. Yeah, some of the responses to what Team YouTube's response to them was someone actually sent a death threat. It was a meme, but it was a meme as a death threat to the CEO of YouTube. These people who do stuff like this think that they're the good guys, and they say that they don't actually enjoy Star Wars anyway. No, they do not enjoy Disney Star Wars, just like myself. I did not enjoy The Acolyte. I did not enjoy Ahsoka. I did not enjoy a lot of stuff. I didn't watch. Apparently, Andor was good, but I have no interest in anything Disney has put out, and I am like many fans. Again, I get ignored because I'm black, and I say the exact same things that they're saying. As far as I'm concerned, Star Wars ended the day Disney bought it. I have years of Star Wars books and movies and TV shows and various other things to enjoy. I do not need, I can make fun of what they're doing now, but it doesn't affect how I feel about it. So I'm not black pilled on Star Wars. I'm just kind of black pilled on Disney Star Wars. I don't need it. And just like so many other people, we're just deciding that, nah, I'm not messing with this no more. So you can do whatever you want. It's just, I'm irritated by the fact that they won't let me just not do that. Unsurprisingly, then there are fans of stuff, and then they put fans in quotes, claiming that what is happening in the call out is an attack. One notable grifter who makes his own bad lightsabers and sells them wrote, yes, the notable grifter that they are talking about has the largest Star Wars channel on YouTube. He sells his lightsabers. And what's funny about them saying that, if you go look at Star Wars Theory's videos, he held on hope that this would get better up until The Acolyte, like right up around The Acolyte. That's when he finally realized that Disney Star Wars is crap, and it will always be crap because of everyone who's involved with it. But up until that point, people were actually giving him crap about the fact that he wasn't giving them crap. I'm saying crap a lot, but he was getting a lot from his fans because he was too optimistic about this stuff. So to have them attack him when, again, if you listen to any of these guys, you will see how much BS this particular thing is. Trying to deplatform anyone for not liking a form of media is the most vile, disgusting act there is. The reality is that men like this make money over harassing people. That's what it is. Again, it's Star Wars Theory, largest Star Wars YouTuber on the site, the most optimistic person when it comes to Star Wars that you could possibly have. And this person is so clueless about this and just doing the usual nonsense. So getting YouTube and saying the show sucks because of woke, or I'm mad because I didn't see the non-white guy, isn't criticism. One, none of these channels actually said any of this stuff, except for maybe the woke stuff. Filling your TV show full of marginalized people who can't do no wrong. So even when they're bad, they're not necessarily bad. It's not good storytelling. The way this goes is, and how much more of this is there? There's not too much. I'm done. Because all it's gonna do is irritate me. There's enough for that in the world. So I'm allowed to not like something. Like, every individual person can have their opinion, because that's what it is, opinion. Your opinions doesn't stop being valid because you have a large fan base. So this how you can write an entire article that's basically what your opinion on what somebody else's opinion is. They're allowed to have it, regardless of whether or not you like it or not. If you don't like it, don't listen to it. That's just kind of how it is. It's kind of how being an adult is. So don't get blackpilled on this stuff. Just go look for other independent artists who make material that you can get into, and just realize that Disney Star Wars is over. It is what it is, you know? All right, please like, share, subscribe, and all that fun stuff. And if you have any opinions on what I said, please comment down below. All right, later.